All right, Bitcoin fam, buckle up. We've got a rapid-fire rundown of the biggest crypto news hitting you right now. First up, Oranje is making huge moves with a reverse IPO on B3, aiming to build the largest Bitcoin treasury in Latin America. Then, get this, Max Keiser and Peter Schiff are talking silver outperforming Bitcoin in 2025. Seriously. We've also got record inflows for Bitcoin ETFs, raking in over $500 million in a single day, while Ethereum ETFs are hot on their heels. And, despite stagflation fears, crypto pundits are doubling down on bullish Bitcoin outlooks, expecting Fed rate cuts to fuel another rally. You don't want to miss this. Hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and let's dive in. Orange's bold leap, building Latin America's Bitcoin behemoth. Get ready, because Oranje is making a monumental strategic shift, aiming to establish the largest Bitcoin treasury in all of Latin America through an ambitious reverse IPO on the Brazilian B3 stock exchange. This isn't just a minor adjustment, it's a complete overhaul of their crypto strategy, signaling a major commitment to digital assets. On September 8, 2025, Oranje officially confirmed significant procedural advancements to finalize its reverse merger. The company, Bioma Educação S.A., which is undergoing this transformation by acquiring Oranje's education and investment business, detailed this progress in a recent corporate filing. Key to this move was securing approval from the Comissão de Valores Mobiliários, CVM, Brazil's securities regulator, which has cleared the path for Oranje to enter the B3 exchange via Bioma Educação's existing stock vehicle. This strategic maneuver will see Bioma Educação's education-focused subsidiaries being sold to Oranje, a move that aligns with Bioma's own strategic pivot towards bilingual primary education. Oranje, meanwhile, intends to leverage this public listing to accelerate its mission of accumulating a massive Bitcoin treasury. This initiative positions Oranje to potentially become a dominant force in the Latin American crypto ecosystem, boosting investor confidence and driving broader adoption. The crypto community is buzzing, with many seeing this as a significant indicator of growing acceptance for crypto-aligned business models in Brazil. Analysts are closely watching the completion of the subsidiary share sale and Orange's subsequent Bitcoin acquisition plans, eager to see how they progress towards their goal. The success of this reverse IPO could pave the way for more Latin American firms to embrace cryptocurrency holdings. Will Orange's bold gamble pay off and redefine crypto adoption in Latin America? Stay tuned as we break down the potential impact, and get ready for a deep dive into how silver is unexpectedly challenging Bitcoin's dominance. Silver's shockwave, outpacing Bitcoin and shaking up Max Keiser's views. Prepare for a twist in the crypto narrative. While Bitcoin has long been the undisputed king, 2025 is seeing a surprising contender surge ahead: silver-backed cryptocurrencies. Spot silver has already rocketed to a 14-year high, and this precious metal rally is directly fueling the rise of digital assets tied to it. Take Kinesis Silver, for example. This physical silver-backed token has seen its year-to-date gains skyrocket to over 33%, outperforming Bitcoin and even slightly trailing Ethereum, according to CoinMarketCap. Each Kinesis silver token is securely backed by 1 ounce of investment-grade silver bullion, offering a tangible link between the traditional and digital asset worlds. Even staunch Bitcoin maximalists like Max Keiser, who famously predicted fiat currencies would collapse against Bitcoin, are now acknowledging silver's potential, stating it's certain to hit $150 once it surpasses $50. Influential economist Peter Schiff also chimed in, calling the silver rally an unmistakable market signal that the Fed's anticipated rate cuts are a mistake amidst rising inflation. The market is clearly reacting, with investors showing increased interest in assets that can act as a hedge against inflation. The contrasting views from figures like Keiser, who previously dismissed precious metals, highlight the shifting dynamics and growing allure of silver as a store of value in uncertain economic times. Could this silver surge signal a broader shift in investor sentiment away from purely digital assets? Next up, we're tracking massive inflows into Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs that could reshape institutional adoption. ETF frenzy. Bitcoin and Ethereum see record inflows. Get ready for some massive numbers. On September 11th, Bitcoin ETFs experienced an astonishing surge in investor demand, pulling in a staggering $552.7 million in a single trading day. This influx highlights a powerful renewed confidence in Bitcoin as a mainstream investment. But that's not all. Ethereum ETFs also saw significant positive investor interest, attracting $113.1 million on the same day. Combined, these inflows across both Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs reached an impressive $665.8 million, showcasing a strong appetite for digital asset exposure through regulated financial products. This substantial capital inflow into Bitcoin ETFs, nearly 5 times that of Ethereum ETFs, underscores Bitcoin's current dominance in attracting institutional capital, signaling a potentially significant period of growth and adoption. Investors and analysts are closely watching these trends, interpreting them as clear signals of increasing institutional acceptance and demand for crypto-backed financial instruments. The sheer volume of capital entering these ETFs suggests a growing belief in the long-term value proposition of both Bitcoin and Ethereum. These ETF inflows are huge, but what's really driving the bullish sentiment in crypto right now? We're diving into the latest on Bitcoin's outlook amidst fears of stagflation and upcoming Fed decisions. Stagflation fears versus Fed hopes, Bitcoin's bullish path. Is the economy heading for a stagflation nightmare, or is a Fed-induced crypto boom on the horizon? Despite concerning economic data pointing towards sluggish growth, a weakening labor market, and rising inflation, crypto market participants are largely maintaining a bullish outlook on Bitcoin. The key focus remains on anticipated Federal Reserve rate cuts and signals from traditional markets, which are seen as powerful catalysts for higher crypto valuations. Shane Mollidor, founder of Forged, explains that the fundamental driver for this market cycle is a monetary tailwind that remains intact, positioning Bitcoin and crypto as a hedge against fiat debasement and long-term fiscal instability, rather than just a speculative bet. Recent data showed consumer prices rising, pushing the annualized inflation rate to 2.9%, while unemployment benefit claims surged to a 4-year high. However, the S&P 500 hit new all-time highs, and the dollar index fell as traders prioritized expected Fed rate cuts. Bitcoin itself briefly topped $116,000, with altcoins like Solana and Chainlink also posting significant gains. Traders are widely expecting a 25 basis point rate cut from the Fed on September 17th, with more cuts anticipated. This optimism persists despite the mixed economic signals. Lashiavoros notes that the Magnificent Seven tech stocks, heavily invested in AI, appear insulated from stagflation fears, and this narrative could be bolstering crypto sentiment. Sam Gare of Monarch Asset Management sees an attractive risk-reward ratio in crypto, believing that even if the Fed prioritizes price stability and raises rates, it would ultimately strengthen the long-term bull case for Bitcoin as investors seek scarce, non-sovereign assets. Marcus Thielen of 10x Research predicts that disinflation will resume, creating a favorable backdrop for risk assets. The community is also watching altcoins like Solana, Sol, Ethena, ENA, and Hyperliquid Hype for potential significant rallies, driven by factors like yield advantages and demand for leveraged trading. Can Bitcoin continue its upward trajectory despite these economic uncertainties? That's all for today's rapid-fire Bitcoin Bulletin. Don't go anywhere, we've got a quick recap and your full call to action coming right up. And that's a wrap on today's Bitcoin Bulletin. We saw Oranje aiming to build Latin America's biggest Bitcoin treasury via reverse IPO on B3. Silver surprised everyone by outperforming Bitcoin in 2025, even catching Max Keiser's attention. Bitcoin ETFs saw a massive $552 million inflow, dwarfing Ethereum's $113 million. And despite stagflation fears, crypto pundits remain bullish on Bitcoin, anticipating Fed rate cuts to drive further gains. If you found this update valuable, smash that like button, subscribe to Bitcoin Bulletin for your daily dose of crypto news, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a beat. Follow us on all social platforms for real-time updates and join the conversation in our community. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.